This is a scammer pretending to be from Microsoft, and today he will be opening my camera, but be surprised by his own webcam on my computer. With this webcam scammer, I got pretty lucky. Usually the scammers that I get work in offices on desktop computers that do not contain any form of video capture device, which makes it impossible for me to get a visual grasp on the operation that I am investigating. Every now and again I do get lucky and get to access CCTV cameras or even a laptop in a scam office, which is pretty much always the device of the boss of that call center, like in this company, this one and this one. And these scam bosses and other laptop scammers as well are usually smart enough to realize the potential threat of people like me hacking into their call center and take precautions in case things actually do go wrong. With scam baiting videos getting millions of views, the scammers, their paranoia is at an all-time high, as they are also a big part of the scam bait audience and are now going as far as putting plastic bags over their CCTV cameras or even completely removing their security system in case they ever get hacked. When I first started making these videos, most scammers were not working in an office, but from home on their personal laptops due to the situation created by the pandemic that forced scam bosses to change their operation from a physical to a remote call center. And this is why I was able to get a bunch of untaped webcam connections back in the day to expose by, for example, showing a scammer his own webcam as my computer desktop wallpaper. Alright, Mr. As you can see, I know exactly who you are and what you do. So,
I don't care.
These days, it is very unusual to get connected to a laptop scammer, let alone one with a working video interface, but every now and then I do infiltrate remote call centers with scam agents working from home, in this case pretending to be from Microsoft.
So they can get into your computer. They put a lot of viruses in those websites so they can get into your computer and steals your credentials and the personal data. These errors and the warning messages has been sent to your computer by Windows to inform you that whenever you come across with any kind of problems with your computer, you got a couple of other problems going on with your computer that needs to be rectified right now.
This guy's name is Anant, and he is part of a remote call center that employs about 70 scammers. And these scammers are all pretending to be from Microsoft, all working from home, and all have a program on their machine called SamePage, which is a chatting application where the scammers can communicate with each other as a sort of replacement for the physical interaction that these guys are missing. On this chat application, they mostly talk to each other about how their calls went, report when they go on breaks, and ask for technical support, which are pretty typical things that are also discussed in physical locations, but the anonymity of online interactions does sometimes lead to very atypical behavior. I have, for example, seen scammers express themselves in a rather racist manner, completely mocking their victims, and this atypical behavior in regards to the victims did not just occur over chat, but also over the phone.
You want to get on my computer and do it? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
I know that you are just wasting your time because you don't have any other work in your life.
What is your name? Tell me what is your name. Fuck yourself.
Every agent in this remote organization is assigned to a certain team, of which there are 7, and these teams are ran by one supervisor that is responsible for the performance of their team. And they, for example, have the task of listening into calls to see how agents can improve their performance, and therewith also boost the team's performance, which will raise the amount of money that the supervisor and the agents will make. And this performance per agent is strictly monitored by the supervisor in a very detailed spreadsheets file that shows the individual target of stealing $12,000 a month, which would mean that with 70 agents, these guys have the yearly aspiration of running off with $10 million. If one scam agent is lacking in performance, it is up to the supervisor to determine why this is the case and to then also motivate this agent to do better by, for example, downloading old calls and writing an entire essay on how this person can improve themselves. This call check-in is part of the supervisor's to-do list, which also includes them having to track their agents' live performance, motivate them to do better, and so also make sure that the goals are hit by, for example, hosting a weekly Q&A session.
तो है कि 16 घंटे की शिफ्ट है 16 घंटे में जब कॉल आए लॉगिन कर लो
बता रहा हूं 3 पेमेंट आई 3 में से 2 गिर गई.
If the supervisor is doing their job properly, the agents have perfected their script and are motivated to make sales, these scammers can steal a lot of money from people.
Because your computer is messed up very badly. So it's a malware program that attacks users running Google Chrome, Opera, Firefox. So many work needs to be performed by the certified technician, ma'am, okay? So the first option which we have, that's for the 1 year of network firewall security, and that will cost you one-time payment of, $399.99. Okay, ma'am, why there is a requirement of getting the phone number and calling me back? What is the requirement? And why there is a reliability on the third person who's your friend? Why can't you take the decision by your own?
The most popular way of stealing money these days with this specific scam is to tell the victim that their bank has been compromised by hackers and that they have to wire out every single penny to a secure account. But luckily, these scammers are outdated with their methods and steal smaller amounts of money than usual.
Okay. I got my checkbook out.
The cost of the security, my technician has already informed you. The taxes he mentioned are the 9.75% taxes you have in your state. And the technician fee is for the 2 technicians who are going to do the entire repair work today. Your total amount comes out as a total of $979, where I'm not mentioning any cents just to keep it as a round off payment. We do have a dedicated plan for the senior citizens, a discounted plan where you get a permanent security system. That means it is once activated, you never have to go ahead and redo these securities again. That's something I can suggest you. If you're looking for something which can give you a better value to the money, this is what you can opt for. This would be the total itself.
Yeah, not today. Not today.
Pretty much the only way that these scammers will take their payment is through checks that the victim has to present to their webcam as soon as the scam is over, and also ship it to one of the scammers their merchant addresses as well. What you saw in the intro is me pretending to be a victim that made a check for the scammers, but once I uncovered my webcam to show the check, the scammer's face popped up instead. More about that later. These webcam snapshots of the checks will be saved to the scammers their hard drive, which means that I'm also able to get these pictures and estimate how much money these guys actually steal compared to their yearly goal of $10 million. I managed to locate and download 68 checks totaling an amount of $59,170, which means an average of $870 stolen per victim, but this average amount of money is actually closer to a median of $500. A couple of huge checks boosted the average by being an amount of $2,400, $2,500 or even $3,500 just for technical support. You might as well buy a new computer for that money or 10 new computers. These checks also revealed to me the fraudulent US-based money laundering companies that these victims are writing checks to. The companies that I found on the checks are Novatech, laundering 93% of all checks, and Techies, clearing out the other 7% of victim money. In case that these two fail someday, the scammers have another 22 companies that they can send money to, such as IntellectSoft, CloudMind, 24/7 Tech, Ranventions, Radiant IT, and many more. The weird thing is that they present themselves to their victim as Nasdaq IP Security or Syntax IP Security, but these two are not even real companies and are not in the merchants list either.
Nasdaq IP Security. From more than 10 years, we having thousands of customers using our services 24/7, 365 days. We are online technical support provider. This is our official website.
The fact that these guys don't claim to be from Microsoft on the call is a little more ethical than the typical scam center, but their pop-up still reads that they are directing you from Microsoft. They also just connect to the victim's computer, take files of their devices, and store their personal information in an unencrypted way on their unprotected laptops, also sharing sensitive details on their chatting application, accessible to any scammer, throwing the victim's data up for grabs, and carelessly inviting identity theft. This is a very common theme with scammers, and exactly the reason why I have decided to partner up with the sponsor of today's video, Aura. Aura is an application that operates as an identity theft monitor and financial fraud detection system that will alert you as soon as your information has been publicized in any data leaks, or if anyone is trying to open an investment account under your name. Any damages that you suffer as a result of identity theft will be covered by an insurance of $1 million per person, and Aura even goes as far as thoroughly searching the dark web for your personal details and will alert you if any of your data is leaked on there as well. The app also includes an antivirus and password manager, all in one, which you can get an exclusive deal on through my link, aura.com/scambaiter. My link will offer a 14-day free trial, which is risk-free with Aura's 60-day money-back guarantee. So make sure you go to the link in the description, aura.com/scambaiter, to get a free trial so you can make sure that your information isn't publicly available. Anyways, the checks are a good indication as to how much money in general is stolen in this scam, but even better is to just access the scammers' their sales database to actually find out how much money they make. In this first table we can see the performance of the different teams that I talked about earlier, and it shows us that a month's goal was to steal $807,000, but only $593,000 was stolen in a single month. I managed to download a similar report for every single sale made since April of 2022, and in the book year 2022, they have stolen a grand total of $14.1 million, 1.5 times their goal. Of course, it is my duty to make sure that the scammers don't steal any money and don't come anywhere near that $10 million ever again.
And his name is Mickey Jones, who's gonna work on a computer and the technician like issue there, right? And then he'll be working and getting it fixed for you, okay? And he'll be calling you back.
John.
Yes, sir. Were you just on the phone with people that were claiming to be with Microsoft, like a virus pop-up?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, those guys are scammers from India. They're trying to steal your money. It's completely fake. So if you restart your computer, it will be gone. There's no problem, okay?
Okay, very good.
All right, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
I got pretty lucky that these guys have a fixed call transfer in their script, which gives me about 10 minutes after each successful sales pitch to call the victim and warn them before they ship out their checks. Another way to save people is by putting a stop payment on the checks once they come in late to a scam and the check has already been shipped. Even though I could not find out much about the fake companies that the scammers made the victim ship their checks to, I did find a single review about a techies company, and this lady did exactly what I just said, cancelling the check with her bank, which did not seem to go down very well with the scammers.
I unplugged our computer, blocked our debit cards, closed our banking accounts, and stopped payment on the check. I've received text messages and voicemails from this company accusing me of fraud and threatening legal action due to my returned check and outstanding balance on the account.
So who are the devious guys behind this $15 million a year business? Well, because of their chatting application, I have been able to construct a company hierarchy structure. There are about 70 agents divided over 7 teams, with each team having 1, 2, or 3 supervisors that close the sales, if I don't interrupt the call transfer, of course. The supervisors, or subs, are guided by 2 head supervisors that don't make sales but manage the incentives, attendance, general performance, and other administrative company tasks. Above these 2 guys running the operation, there is a guy that manages the money who is not directly involved in the scam, so I haven't been able to track him down in the chatting application. The supervisors are all using fake names, but most of the agents aren't, which made it quite easy for me to find out who they are, especially the ones that have left their cameras untaped, like Afni, Puneet, Anurag, and of course Anand. Since they are scamming from their personal laptops, I was also able to identify most of the scammers through their personal files like car registrations, PAN cards, regular pictures, and vaccination records. Even though these guys are working from home, it does seem like the operation is geographically concentrated, as the agents are only spread out over 4 different states in northeast India. I think we have seen enough information about these scammers. Now it is time to have some fun with them and disrupt this operation even further. Let's start off by interrupting some victim calls.
You're talking like a Donald Duck, for Pete's sake.
What do you mean by that?
So what do you want me to do now?
I'm not doing anything to you, sir. We are getting connected to the computer so that we can check your computer.
Yeah. You're like Donald Duck again.
I'm so sorry, sir, that my voice is like Donald Duck.
Tell me the ID number and the password.
Sir, tell me the ID number. Hello?
Tell me the ID number and the password. Read the ID number.
What you're talking about? You're talking like Donald Duck.
I'm not talking like a Donald Duck.
Jesus Christ, what the hell is going on? Hey, you want to talk to me?
Tell me the ID number and the password.
Move what?
Oh my god, oh my god. I recorded that. Oh my god.
Now it is time for the ultimate troll, which is wasting his scammer's time by pretending to be a victim, giving them a check, and then present him with his own webcam on my computer.
Important security message.
Thank you for calling online support. This is Adam Watson. How may I help you?
I got a message on my computer. The computer lock is aimed to stop all activity.
Will you please lower down the computer's volume? Master volume is open up in front of you. Make the volume 0.
Okay, it's 0
Make it completely 0.
Yeah, it's 0 now.
Did you type that in www.ultraviewer.net?
Allow remote control.
Alright, I got a control on your computer. So I can see that you have a Trojan spyware virus that has been downloaded in your computer. As we believe in secure payment methodology, so you have to make the payment through the check. So could you please grab a checkbook handy with you?
I haven't used my checkbook much, so I don't know if it's still active or anything. I don't know if I have the right thing. Can I show it to you, this paper? On my I have a camera.
Okay, for that, my billing manager will take care of that, okay? So do you have any question before I transfer the call to my billing manager?
Hold on. Can you see this checkbook here? I don't know.
That my billing manager will check, okay? My billing manager are the authorized person.
Hold on. I will untape my webcam.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, hello Anand, how are you doing, bro? How are you doing, my man? Anand.
Hello?
Anand, why are you scamming people, buddy? Why are you scamming people right now, man? Yo, Anand, can you hear me? Why are you scamming people, Mr. Anand? And why are you in a tent? What are you doing right now, bro? Mr. Anand, why are you scamming people? Hello? Mr. Anand? Hello? Sir, he shut down his computer. I blocked his mouse input so he couldn't shut down the computer. So he just literally ran to his router and just unplugged the router because he couldn't move his mouse or keyboard.
Oh my god, that's so jokes. He's like, hello? Oh my god. He clearly fell for it. How scared he is. His heart is pumping right now.
That was amazing. I'm used to scammers not saying a word once they get exposed, but you could see it in his eyes that he was scared to death. And the fact that he tried to run away to unplug his router but he was stuck in his tent was priceless. Just to rub some salt in their wounds, I thought it would be good to completely shut down their phone system so nobody can get scammed anymore. We can see the agents complaining here about me shutting it down in the same page chatting application and the supervisors as well. I also managed to log into one of the bosses their same page chatting accounts from where I completely destructed their entire communication center by deleting every single group chat except for a few of them so that I could still completely spam those group chats with a rather hateful comment commanding these people to stop scamming.
I don't see the chat anymore. I just hear you spamming your keyboard. Everyone is on the same page. It's not a single. Oh yeah, no, they're all shutting down Scambaiter. They all know they're hacked. They all know they got hacked. Oh my god, this guy's shutting down. Oh my god, from Aryan.
So you look, sir, what is happening in same page? Please suggest. Please suggest. The scammers had no way of communicating with each other on the same page anymore, so they switched to their WhatsApp attendance group chats to ask their higher-ups what is going on. The guy that we see on screen now is one of the technical higher-ups managing the phone systems, and he seemed to think that this was quite funny that his call center was getting destroyed. I ended up taking control of his machine and spammed all of the WhatsApp group chats with some hateful words towards the scammers, and then I navigated towards his customer and sales database records, which I then deleted. Let's hope that these efforts will take them out of business for a few weeks, because every week that these guys don't scam, a total of $415,000 is prevented from being stolen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe before clicking off. Thank you Aura for sponsoring this video. If you guys would like to support me as well, there's a Patreon and PayPal link in the description. I hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe, stay cautious. Bye bye.